they're going to go that looks odd. All right. One of these I messed up on. Hi, and welcome to another Mikey's Tutorials. So today we are on episode 2, and we are creating our own zoo. So we're going to be doing our scorpion, horse, and crocodile. Alright, so I have prepared all my pieces because I didn't feel like digging them out from the box for the scorpion. So first step, you're going to want to take a 3x5 frame, make sure it's the black one, and 2 3-unit blocks. So in the diagram, it tells us where to put them. So we're going to stick them in real quick. And step 1. All right, step 2, you're going to take 2 of your 2-unit blocks, and they're going to be placed in the middle. You can push them in, but we're also going to take a short screw and put that in there loosely for now. We'll screw it in a second. Take the other one, place it on the other side, and screw that in real quick. Then you'll take your screwdriver, tighten it up, make sure they're in there so they don't fall out. Alrighty, and then step 3, you're going to take your 2 1x7 frames, and you're going to put it on the left and right side so that it lines up with the holes from the 3-unit block. You'll take 4 long screws, 1 for each hole. Whoops. And then those will go in right there and right there. Same for the other side too. Then grab your screwdriver and tighten them. Okay, step 4. Your 2 curved frames, they're going to go that looks odd. Alright, one of these I messed up on. So you can unscrew front or back, and you're actually going to want it to be, gotta unscrew it just a little bit more. Pop it out, take it to where the blocks sit on the outside and they don't actually plug in. That's my bad, y'all. Because in step 4, that's where your scorpion's tail is going to sit. All right, now you can take your curved frames, one on each of the top little blocks. I don't know what to call them. And then you're going to want to take your long screw, stick it through, and grab a nut to tighten it. Make sure it stays on there. If you want, you can take your spanner and tighten it that way. Completely up to you. I don't see a reason to. So. Okay, now we have the body and the tail done, the majority of the body. So next, step 5, you're going to take your round frames and your L frames. You're going to want 2 of each. And then 2 long screws and 2 little nuts to go. So take it to the end make sure your L frame will be on the bottom and not the top, because it's going to look like its little claws. Take your nut and screw it on to tighten it so the claw doesn't move around too much. Sometimes I struggle with this. There's one of them. There we go. All right, after you're all done with step 5, you're going to take these, and you don't have to screw anything this time. You just take the very end and put it on. Ooh. Did I do that? Whenever you do this part, you want to make sure that they both face opposite ways instead of the same way. Now you can put it on the end of the 3-unit block so that looks like he has claws. Okay. Now you're going to want to do your little legs. Take 2 more 2-unit blocks and 2 more 3-unit blocks. The 3-unit blocks will go in the front, and it'll go right after the screw. And then your 2-unit blocks will go right after the large hole in the middle, right before the second screw on the back. So it should look like this. 2 longer legs in the front and 2 shorter in the back. Now, step 8, you're going to take a 2x5 board, 2 short gears, 2 silicone bosses, those are your little gray silicone things, and then your fixing shaft. So, you're going to take your small gear and your fixing shaft, and you'll stick it through, and that's what silicone boss is for. Stick that on the back so it doesn't fall. And it should look like that. It'll be right in between the large one and the one on the side. So, do it again on the other one so that it looks sort of like eyes. Not exactly, but sort of. So then that will go right there, right on the 2 block in the front. And after that, you're going to take your 3x7 board, and that'll be sort of like its shell, I suppose is what you can call it, and a short screw. And you're going to see a little hole on the top of the 2-unit block, and you're going to screw a short screw into that to keep the black board, the black frame, steady. And now you have a cute little scorpion. Alright, the next animal is a horse. Okay, let me grab my pieces super quick from the next kit. Alright, now we're gonna make our horse. So I grabbed all my pieces really quickly. The horse should be super simple and easy because there's not as much screwing in and not as many parts. So you're gonna take a 3x7 frame, a 5-unit block, a 2-unit block, and a 3-unit block. Now in the diagram, you're gonna see there's a whole bunch of little holes filled in. All the red ones, that's where we're gonna place them. So first we'll do the 5, which only fills in 4 and will stick out what will be the front end. And then your 3 only fills in 1 and it'll stick out, which will make the tail. Then your 2-unit will go down right after the 5. So it should look like this. And then step 2, you're gonna take one of your curved frames, and on the outside here where the 5 is sticking out, you're gonna fill it in right here. So you'll have your curve and then one right before it and then the 4 after. And then after that, step 3, you're gonna take these 2 pieces. It's gonna be sort of your nose, head, I guess. You'll take 1 short screw and put it in there so that it'll stay. Then screwdriver, screw that in really quickly. Alright, then you have that. You'll put it in the very top, right up there. Then you'll take your other curved frame and that will go on the other side. So far you have part of your horse done. Now you just need the other part of the body, which is another 3x7 frame, which will clip onto all the little pieces sticking out there. The blocks, I suppose. Pegs. That's a good word, pegs. Alright, you have your tail sticking out. Actually, let's put it up like a real tail. Then you're gonna take 4 of your 4 unit blocks, which should be all of them in your kit. And you're gonna make your legs. The first 4 will go on the end of the curved frame. There you go. And then the last 4 will go right below the tail. Alright, there's your horsey. Now, last step is the scorpion. The crocodile. Whoops. Take a quick break, grab all your pieces, and then we will get started on the tutorial. Alright, time to make our little crocodile. So, first things first, you're gonna take all 4 of your 5 unit blocks, and then you'll take 2 of your 4 unit blocks, and those 4 unit blocks will go in the middle of your 5s. So it should look like that, and there should be 2 of those. Alright. Now you'll take what we did with the horse, 2 short screws, and 2 of your little 1x1 frame connectors. You're gonna screw those in to one of your little, they look like rafts. I'll call them rafts. One of your little rafts. And then you'll take 1 3x1 frame, take 2 more short screws, and screw that onto the end of the other raft. Now, make sure the end you're screwing it onto is the one where there's a little hole poking out. Or there's an extra little hole. Not the end that has everything blocked. So there's 1. And then there's 2. So that's the first step. And then you'll take one of your 3x3 little squares and a 3 unit block. You want to make sure that your big hole is sticking out probably on the left side, because that's what the tutorial says. So it should look like this: my right, your left, my left, your right. Okay. And then step 3, your round frames. We like to use these in our tutorials a lot. And then you'll take another 3x3 block. You're going to put a 2 unit block, where the 2 unit block can go. Either side, doesn't matter where the big hole is for this one. Then you'll take a 3, stick it on the end, and then your frames will go on the 2 unit block with 2 short screws. Alright, then you can tighten those. And then you're gonna take another little 2-block, put it on the end of the round frame that is open, clip those together. It's a little difficult if the pieces are still fairly new. There you go. And now it points to it, but I don't think you have to screw anything in, so don't worry. Then your next thing, you're gonna take a 3x7 board, and this piece that you just put in there, you're going to take, and it'll sit there. Let's see. You're probably going to want to screw it in or else it's not going to stay. So your tail will sit at the end, and you're going to have the third one up. On the little diagram, it shows you which hole is filled. That's where you're going to put another short screw. By the way, if you want to skip a step, you do this on the other side too. Like this. Take your other 3x7 and screw it in just like you did on that side. But leave some room because you are putting this in there. So you'll set that one up just like this. You're gonna put in another screw, and it should be, if you do it right, on the third one over again. So that big hole in the middle, your things will be, your screws will be right on the outsides of that. So that's one of your sides. Do it to the other side. All done with steps 4 and 5. Oh, 1 second, not done. You're gonna wanna put your crocodile mouth in there. So you can squeeze that in, and then the other little raft part. I guess in this case it's your top mouth. Might have been easier to do after, before I screwed everything in. Okay, can we cut really quickly and I redo that?
Let's pause it on.
Okay, step 4. You have your bottom and top lip. You have this side done, or I guess, this side done. Now you're going, set them straight, pop your other 3x7 on there, and then screw it in just like you did on the other side. There you go. Next, we're gonna put its little legs on. I need more blocks. Okay, so you're going to take 2 more of your 2-unit blocks and 2 more of your 3-unit blocks. And those will go down here, right after the hole where the mouth is plugged in, and down here, I would say right before the last one. It doesn't exactly tell you where, so you can take a guess on the back legs. It's up to you. No, his leg fell. Okay. All done with our little crocodile. Okay, so now we have made our little zoo with our horsey and our crocodile and our scorpion. And that's our tutorial for today.
Yeah, go over what we're doing in the next one.
Okay.
Also,
Is
you
it
were
still
a
playing?
giant dork.
I know. Is it still playing?
Yeah.